again, welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll get into this. And forgive me if y'all have ever done digital DJ over like leading a Zoom call. It can be real fun managing all the things, but we will get there. There we go. Present. Cool. Okay. All right, well, tonight we are talking about the AO Scan Mobile. This is a very innovative device because we're looking at how, and that's the question I think we're all asking, how can we help the body create more health and wellness on its own? How can we help our bodies heal? And I know everyone in this room already has some amazing resources because you've been onto this for a while. And now you're starting to ask even bigger questions. Is there a way to help our body heal more naturally, non-invasive, and maybe even from a distance? We're going to explore all sorts of ways to do this tonight. So you may want to take notes as we go through. And again, if you have questions, be sure to put them in the chat. We're going to circle back to that at the end. So this is, I believe, the future of wellness. And a little backstory to this picture. This was on January 6th. Remember, our country was going a little crazy at that moment. And the four of us were catching a vision here because in January, this device was released. Previously, it was $38,000, the larger AO scan. And the founder had a vision to help people put this in their hands so that they could start getting the benefits of frequencies and optimization and new technology to bring more balance and harmony to the body. So, and I'm just letting in a couple more people. All right, here we go. Okay, so this started with Hannah. And if y'all, as you come in, if you could mute your
Thank you, honey.
mic, that'd be awesome. Which my computer doesn't seem to want to do at the moment. Yep. So this started with Hannah right here. She had her rings imprinted. She simply did one scan. And a few days later, she noticed that a cyst in her breast was completely gone. She had had her rings imprinted with a frequency of cystitis. So that was that started to spread, right? She tells her sister, who's over here in the green, Steph, and Steph started to have some wonderful results using this device with her family, with her children. And that's when Steph shared it with me, and also Hannah shared it with Casey. And if you guys could mute your mic, please, that'd be awesome. I'm trying to, but it's not working on my end. There we go. Okay, I got a mute going. What? So that's how it spread. And for me personally, I was dealing with some vertigo that I couldn't resolve. So I was on my own hunt of like, I know there's an answer. I don't understand what it is though. What do I need to do to bring more balance to my body? And for me, using this over 5 days, I my body improve. I saw it basically heal itself, but I needed support on a very deep level, on, you could say, an energetic level. So that's how we all came to do this. And this is, again, this launched in January. So if you're like, I haven't heard or seen anything about it, that's why. This is so new. It's exciting to be part of this. So let's give some foundation. Where did this technology come from? It was a combination of Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Dr. Royal Rife. Their research is what laid the groundwork for this. So I love how Nikola Tesla said this: if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And you know, he was way ahead of his time, like when he said that. But there's truth to this. I'm sure you all have heard and experienced. When someone's speaking life over you, that has a frequency and a vibration. It's affecting your body, it's affecting your mind. If someone's speaking anger or hate over you, you feel the difference. That's also a frequency. So we're looking at how do we learn how to harness those frequencies. Albert Einstein said the future of medicine, or future medicine, is the medicine of frequencies. What was he talking about there, right? I mean, I still like, my mind's a little bit blown when he was again ahead of his time, but what was he really talking about? And then Dr. Royal Rife came along in 1934, and with his beam ray technology, he was able to see 16 cancer patients become cancer free by using this technology. He was literally using frequencies, and now we call these Rife frequencies, which you're going to see how we actually have access to some of these frequencies that he first understood and discovered. So one other great example of how energy, frequency, vibration affects matter was captured by Dr. Emoto. He would imprint or speak or even label water with a specific word like love or I will kill you or thank you. And then he froze that water and captured how the energy was affecting the water. And what are we made of? Mainly water. So this is just a beautiful picture of how frequencies affect matter. So everything is energy. Every cell and organ in the body has their own distinctive vibrational frequency or oscillation. When these oscillations are disrupted, whether by injury, diet, stress, or emotion, it results in a disruption of that biological function. If you've ever had like extreme stress, or maybe you were going through a divorce or some massive things coming through your life, and after that, physical problems start to happen, we've all had a different version of that. So when these things aren't addressed, that can bring about fatigue, depression, illness, disease, and even death. Over the past 20 years, these vibrational frequencies have been isolated, identified, and cataloged. Over 120,000 frequencies have been identified. So that's what we're looking at tonight with this AOScan mobile. The mobile version has 80% of that bigger one that I was telling you about. And this device identifies specific frequencies in the human body using a database of more than, like I said, 120,000 different frequencies. And these are the same frequencies in every single person. So it's just fascinating. There's an optimal frequency for your lungs, for your eyes, for a vein in your head or your foot. It's amazing. So like I said, this was previously $38,000. So this is wonderful that we're starting to get this technology, not just in our hands, but for a daily use, and not like having to pay for each time you use it. Once you have it, you've got it. So we're going to explore these different areas of the device and how it works. I'm going to have Stacy start with this one. I want to have in your mind, as we're exploring this tonight, imagine a wellness center. Okay, you walk into a wellness center and we look into different rooms and different possibilities of how to help bring more balance and harmony. As we go through each one, find the one that you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could walk in that room or explore that thing right there. And at the end, I want to hear like which one you were most intrigued by and what you wish you could experience for yourself. So Stacey, if you want to start with inner voice, that'd be awesome.
Sure. So I'm just going to take you on a little walk down the hall to the emotional balance room. And so inner voice is, I believe, arguably one of the most key scans in this entire device. And what's so beautiful is not many of us have access to ways to balance our emotional state. And if, you know, a lot of us are energy healers and emotion code practitioners, that we know that pretty much every single issue in the body, whether it be physical, you know, etc., has an emotional root. And so this is just such a beautiful scan. And so Inner Voice, literally what it is it takes a recording of your voice, and it isolates and analyzes over 2,000 frequencies across 12 octaves in your voice, okay? And based on that, it can tell you exactly what's going on with your emotional state. So it identifies emotional imbalances and then creates harmonizing music to balance your emotional state using binaural beats, radionics, and other frequencies. And it's very, very beautiful, and it's very, very easy to use. And so I use this a lot of times with people because literally it takes 10 seconds to just do a recording of the voice. And if you're working with a client or working with a family member, etc., you literally can hit this little tiny email button and it will send them those balancing harmonics right then and there. And then they can just listen to it with earbuds or headphones, and literally will help balance that emotional state right then and there. That is beautiful. I used it right before I got on this call tonight.
It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Anytime you feel stressed or anxious, this is my go-to. It literally, like a piano goes out of tune, our bodies go out of tune. And this helps to just retune our emotions. I love that. Love that, Stacey. So Inner Voice, and then let's go to vitals. So this is similar to having a blood test done or a urine analysis, and it scans over 600 items. You can see on the screen there, it's scanning in the beginning, and then it goes into optimization. So it identifies on the first scan the energetic imbalances in areas such as toxins, hormones, micro or macro, minerals, allergies, sensitivities, heavy metals, and more. This program then sends you the balancing frequencies to guide your body back toward homeostasis. So what do you have in your home or in your cabinet that scans 600 items in your body, and then not just something that gives you a report on what's happening, but also then gives feedback to bring more harmony to your body? That's what we're looking at here. And honestly, the first time I heard about this, I thought, okay, this is a Star Trek episode. Like, are we really there now? Is this for real? And I do want to encourage you guys, this is the beginning of that technology. Maybe we're not there to like the full version obviously yet, but this is where it starts, and this is where we're going with being able to scan and fully bring more optimization. And this is best done like every day or every other day to help support the body overall. So anything to add to vitals, Stacey?
Well, other than the fact that, you know, from somebody like myself who is a registered nurse, when I first saw this, it just blew my mind because I have seen other frequency devices out there on the market, but this one does not. This one has so much more specific detail than any other device I've ever experienced, at least on a level that anybody can have in their home. I used to work in a holistic wellness center where we had one of those very large devices, those big computers. It's like $20,000, $30,000. And so this just blew me away that this is a device that anybody can have in their home that provides that much detail. And so it's just magical, really.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's awesome. There's the vital scan. And when it does generate a report, it looks like this. So you can see on the right side, it would be labeled previous scan, and it only takes a minute to do the scan of over 600 items. And you can see some are red, that's out of balance, some are green. In most cases, often the frequencies will help support the body. And you can see that in that next column with the white behind it, that would be labeled the current scan. So that's after optimization, and often those reds just move into green, and our bodies are supported by the frequencies. So that's just one glimpse into a long report that's generated. Now, if you never looked at the reports, that's fine. That's great. You still did an awesome benefit to your body overall. So let's check out comprehensive scan.
So comprehensive, this one's pretty darn magical too. So this one is similar to an MRI or a CT scan. It literally will do an anatomical scan. This program provides a comprehensive look at how the imbalances in the inner voice and vital scan may be affecting your anatomy. It includes multiple options for custom scanning and optimizing areas of interest or need. And so what is so beautiful about this is you literally can target certain areas of your body. And so let's say you have gastrointestinal issues, or I've had clients where they have issues with their right shoulder. You can literally go through and pick different options on there to help target certain areas of the body that need extra attention.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's right there. And then the report is generated and it looks like this. And again, it's, do you want to explain that?
Sure. And so basically, this report is a little different than the vitals report. It's giving you all these colors and numbers, but what it's doing is it's assigning a number between 1 and 9. 5 green is homeostasis. That's perfect balance. When it assigns a really low number, like a 1, or you'll see that in red, that means that it's vibrating too slow. It's kind of sluggish. When the number is really high, like a 9, it means it's vibrating too fast. And so it's stressed, it's overworked, that type of thing. And so in general, you want to see it move towards, the middle numbers, 5s. What's so amazing about these reports too that you don't see in here is when you actually have that report, even me who's taken in anatomy classes in the past and different things like that, what's so beautiful about it is you can actually click on the name. So like here on this report, I don't know where the inferior vena cava is or whatever. It will literally pull up a 3D version of where that is in the body. I don't know if probably won't show it there for you, but it's really amazing when you see this on the actual report itself.
Maybe we'll loop back there during the Q&A.
Okay.
But it's quite cool because you're like, where am I? What are we looking at? And then seeing 3D of your body is wonderful. I wish I had this back when I was homeschooled. I mean, or like you're saying, when you were learning the anatomy, I mean,
yes,
the understanding you can get from that is amazing. So,
and the beauty about this device is, yes, it scans and it sends you the optimizing frequencies to help bring balance, but it's really just this beautiful education tool, to educate us about our anatomy. And even in the vitals report too, it has where you can click on the name and it'll tell you what that means. There's, even again, as being a nurse, I still don't know all of the values for blood work and different things like that. And so it really, really gives you a great snapshot into what's really, really going on with your body.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. So you can dial in, see what's consistent over time with doing multiple scans. So, and that's something to keep in mind. Let's say you all get a demo scan, you experience this for yourself. I know a few of you on the call have already done that. Don't take this as rote, like this is absolutely where my body is right now. This is a snapshot of the energetics of what's going on in your body. So it's just what's happening today. So we want to see over time by comparing multiple scans, is this a consistent issue? And I encourage you guys, let's say you're getting blood work done or any other type of thing, you want to see if it's consistent, because nothing is 100% accurate. But we can, I'd prefer, if I'm going to get a scan and I can do a tap of a button and results in a few minutes, and I can do this every day at home, and I don't have to go anywhere for a scan, it's really nice. So that's comprehensive. And this is Cepheid, which stands for Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter. This is one of my favorite parts of the device. We call it the powerhouse because in this, you see right there, a menu of options. specific areas in the body that could be supported with frequencies. And maybe it is something like super memory or coordination, or you see these different things, but it could be specific to physical imbalances as well. Check out this list: allergies, acute pain, bladder infection. Have you ever just wished, or even have you ever prayed, like, God, please give me some, I just want to push a button? And of course, we cannot say this will in any way like cure or diagnose or anything with this device. We like to emphasize it's educational, but I just like to say, let's just see. If you ran a frequency daily or twice a day for acute pain, let's just see how your body will respond. So this is using scalar wave technology, and you can both imprint items and you can broadcast frequencies. So right there at the end of that video, I'm showing like my night playlist. Before bed, I hit this playlist, and then I can have all those lovely frequencies playing: peace, calm, and tranquility, health, strength, recovery, sleep well. I was using a mold fungus detox, dreams, a sedative that induces sleep. So many wonderful things to have playing while I'm sleeping. And I have experienced great sleep as a result of this. Has it been good for you, Stacey?
Yes, absolutely. I have a playlist that I've made called Sleep Emotions, and so it has a lot of the sleep frequencies, but then also like there's one for like ultimate emotions, and then there's one for like trauma, because I've had trauma in my past and different things like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to help work through my emotional stuff while I'm sleeping too. So it's been amazing. It really has been.
It's a great idea. And how have you supported your son with things going on for him?
Yeah. So I have a great story about that. I'm divorced, and my kids in the month of June were actually in Tennessee with their father for almost the whole month. And my son has digestive issues, and a lot of times has this issues with constipation and stuff like that. And so it's so funny, but he's only 8. He's my sweet little baby bear. But he would call me and be like, "Mommy, can you send me poop frequencies?" And so, but what's so fascinating is when he is kind of getting stopped up and having issues, I do have a playlist for him that has frequencies for like colon inflammation. There's one for like gastritis. There's one for constipation, and several other ones, digestion, etc. When I broadcast those to him, and again, he was several states away, he almost always gets relief within about a half hour to an hour. And so it's just been amazing how I can support my kids when they're not with me.
It is. And yeah, like you said, from any distance. This technology was previously used to support astronauts in space. This has been out for a while. And you can imagine, just like we talked about earlier, when Dr. Rife was seeing people cured of cancer, there was a rise of other industries that did not appreciate some people being basically healed that quickly, and of something that could make so much money if people were not healed. So a lot of this information and this technology was suppressed. I mean, we were on the verge nearly 100 years ago, but I'm so grateful that, to me, this is the first time it's coming into our hands. There's other big devices that do different things similar, but none of them or very few are under $5,000. This is just a whole new way. We're going to see a lot more of these. And that's why I always encourage people, try other things, like experience other things, but for sure, experience it firsthand for yourself so that you can say, okay, I could see how I could use this on a daily basis. So that's Cepheid, Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter. I'm also going to show you how You can erase the frequencies. This is a glass of water right here. I'm clearing the frequencies from that. And then we can imprint frequencies. Also, a crystal bracelet, gold, silver, precious metals, those hold a frequency well as well. And we also have a bracelet that holds frequencies for up to a month. So that can be a great thing to send to a loved one or someone that you're supporting. So you can see I'm imprinting abundance or self-esteem and love to that glass of water. And I know, guys, I know if you're like, is this some kind of sci-fi movie? It was a stretch. This part was where I'm like, I was tracking, and then you put the glass of water on the machine. But this was new to me. I hope maybe it's not to you. Maybe you've been imprinting frequencies some other way, but this is possible and it's here now, and you're only going to see more of it. So as long as we can do it, wouldn't you want to start utilizing this to bless your family, to bless, of course, yourself and your own body, and to help support yourself? So yes, you can send those frequencies to someone, anyone, anywhere, but you can also imprint them onto objects as well. And of course, like with the water, you can consume that, or you could do sugar pills and imprint. Also quantum homeopathics. We have a whole homeopathic list. We have just a number of amazing lists to help support the body. So we're just going into all these rooms in our wellness center here. Another one is quick scan. If you're like, okay, I don't have time for all that today. These other things we showed you, you can do a quick scan. And this also has within it, you can create a supplement library. And the quick scan only is 10 seconds. And you can just do that by using your voice. In fact, I'm going to do it to my voice. An evening quick scan. I can go through and then I can tap on one of my supplement libraries. Let's say supplement, and let's say drinks and vitamins. Maybe there's a specific vitamin my body needs this evening. And then I just record it for 10 seconds. And I keep talking the whole time. And whenever I'm recording it, I want to say, I am Juliana. Just say my name, say I am, or my name is. So then immediately it pops up the results of what I need. Right now I need calcium, selenium, lysine, and a vitamin D. So, and then I can play the frequencies that are specific to the evening. And I want to listen. In this case, I want to listen to this recording. This one's like running water right now, this version of it. I want to make sure that I'm using headphones when I'm doing that. So that makes it real easy to do a quick scan. And there's also like an aura builder. You could say that's like an energy builder, an energy charger, a grounding, Zen, focus. I use focus when I'm working. And you can, those are just like 3-minute boosts as well. And then it can help you, like the morning one has more upbeat music, and then exactly the frequencies you need, specifically what your body, after it scans, then it knows what to play in your music. So that is the quick scan. And then I briefly mentioned the supplement library, which is amazing. You can capture the energetic signature of your supplements, like what essential oil do I need today? You can have it in there. You can customize and store those frequencies. And then that quick scan identifies which one you most resonate with or need at that moment. So I like to say, are you ready to upgrade your vibration? And this, we want not hide anything. We want to show exactly what you're looking at here. So this is only $4.95 for this device. I mean, you can't go out and get a cell phone for that price. And it literally is, this device is a cell phone. They don't connect to 5G, and they're basically built to house this technology specifically. It's best to have a dedicated device, and I don't know of any device that works better than the ones that the company issues. So there's no sign up fee for that, but there is a monthly, the monthly subscription, losing track here, of $149. And that also has these upgrades that come all the time. We get new things like every other week. More is added to this device. And that's where like, you know how it is. You weigh it up about a product. Is this really going to be good? But to see a product that to me has grown 4 to 5 times in value since I bought it, due to the fact that the founder and the team is so adamant about giving value to people. That's been it was for me a huge answer to prayer. Like I needed this in my life at the time, and it's been a huge benefit. So normally, if you're like, okay, this is awesome, and I see that there is this component, the networking side of this, that as you share it, you could get a commission in sharing it. That this is true, and normally that is $49 to become a Quantum Living Advocate. Right now, it's 50 cents in July. You may just want to sign up for 50 cents just to have your place like locked in there. And then if next week you're talking to somebody, well, I heard this device, and they light up like a Christmas tree and want to sign up, then you get commission because you signed up for 50 cents. So I would encourage you to do that with anybody that has helped you to come to this call tonight. So we love that. If y'all have any questions as we're going through, put them in the chat. Anything to add on this, Stacy?
Juliana, back to your point where, they have upgraded so much. When we purchased our device, which was before the official launch in January, I think I paid $95 or $99 to be a Quantum Living Advocate. And then, I was still paid the same price for the device and the subscription. But at that time, we did not have QuickScan. We didn't have EasyScan. We didn't have a supplement library. We weren't able to scan our chakras and meridians. We weren't able to not even half of all of the Cepheid frequencies were even in there. And so it has just been literally, it's like Christmas all the time, because they are continuously upgrading. And what is so beautiful about this company is they really, really keep a pulse on what is going on with the people that are using the device. And so in their AOScan official Facebook page, they have these threads in there that says, hey, do you have any suggestions? And it's so fascinating because people will just be like, hey, I wish we had this, or I wish we could do that. I wish we had a playlist. Before, there were not playlists, and they created that. Before, it was you just had to kind of, do one frequency at a time. And now you can create these playlists and save them and do all kinds of stuff. They're talking about doing an upgrade where we can schedule them. So I can send a playlist to a different person each hour and just schedule it in the device. And so they are just continuously listening to us and really trying to make it a device that all of us want to use. And so I just love so much about a company that really listens to the people that are out there in the field using the device.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's true. I mean, I've never been in any type of company where I've gotten to know the entire CEO team, and their amount of service and care for us has blown me away. But it's part of the reason we've come to know them is because what we are doing as a team with those we work with, and equipping others and empowering others, is making waves in this company. So it's more than what you're saying. It's more than getting a device. It's helping empower you to feel confident in using this, with training and with just support as a team, that we really value you as a person. We want you to feel, excited and empowered. And by the way, these glasses that you see there are awesome. They work in conjunction with the voice scan when it gives you results. It also gives these printout reports. We wear these to help. Also, it's like Color is also a vibrational frequency. And so we can use color to help our bodies as well, to support our bodies. So now I'm just going to touch on this real brief because this just keeps getting better. What would you, okay, if that wasn't enough, what would you add to a frequency generating device? What would work well with it? How about some jewelry that holds a frequency for up to a month? And we're all, I think probably most of us in this room are starting to look at, how do I protect against EMF? How do I create more negative ions in and on my body to help block that? How do I balance and ground and strengthen my body? Well, this substance, I know it looks like a plastic little bracelet, a little rubber bracelet, but it actually has this rare asteroid called Cybin. It's from northern China, and we're the only ones that have the rights to distribute this outside of China. And it's a combination of that and tourmaline. And I could go into the story of how we came to have these rights, but again, it just points to a really humble leader who makes friends in the most amazing places and is absolutely passionate about how do we help people experience more balance and harmony overall. So now we've got bracelets, and there's things to use in your foot pads. What do you call this?
Insoles.
Insoles. And these hold, you can put and imprint the frequencies onto these rubber things, but this Ionix like bracelet. So just showing you those because it's quite cool. So as y'all know, nothing beats experience. Let's get you signed up for a demo so you can experience it firsthand, get a report back on your body. You can see what's going on. You'll get some of those balancing harmonics so you can listen to those, try it out, listen to it first thing in the morning, and then right before you go to bed. Do this for a few days in a row. See how it affects your emotional state. Or get that scan, maybe your son or daughter, or maybe you have a parent that has dementia and you're like, how could this help them? Then we can look at different ways to set up a scan for them. And there's just so many people you can support through this. And if you're a practitioner, and like I do a type of therapy that helps release trauma, and I do emotion code, and I help release trapped emotions from people, and they see wonderful recovery, but this goes in perfect harmony with what I was already doing as a practitioner, as someone who's passionate about wellness. Now I can support my clients with frequencies as well. So I do get to share this disclaimer. This information that's shared here is intended for personal use, not for the practice of any healing art, except where permitted by law. No representation contained in these materials is intended as a medical device and should not be used for diagnosis or medical treatment. The AOScan Mobile is not a medical device. It does not diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. It is officially an educational device, and it will stay an educational device, because the moment that we say it is a medical device, then we have to get patents and approvals that would keep it stagnant, that would force us to keep at a certain level and not change it. Whereas, like we're talking about, the fact that it's changing and getting better every month, it makes it an educational device. So let's take some time for some questions. Again, I just so value your time and being present here tonight. Love seeing all these fabulous people in the room. And yeah, let's feel free to pop those questions in the chat, or as we come to a break, if you want to ask a question, we can. But let's see,
So,
Stephanie.
I was going to say, we got a couple. I answered Stephanie's question, but Christy was asking, can the vital scan be used for nonverbal children? And the answer is absolutely. You can use any scan on anybody. The only thing that you may have a little bit of difficulty with is the inner voice, just because it does record the voice. However, we have had people that even if they can make a noise, if you can record that with the inner voice, that will be very beneficial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And then with the crystal, it doesn't take away any of its original properties. It is only neutralizing, just like you can imprint anything, you can bless something, or let's say you go through an experience and you felt so much anger or something. That's where our jewelry or things can be resonant with that energy. And then now we can just clear it, bring it back to its original properties, and then imprint it. And it's just that certain items, certain properties found in nature hold frequencies better than others. So crystals are one of those. Again, gold, silver, any precious metals or gems are great things to imprint frequencies onto. And then if you do imprint onto water, drink that water in the next, I'd say 12 to for sure 24 hours to get the most benefit from it. And like we're talking about these normal, like a crystal bracelet or a silver bracelet, that's going to hold a frequency up to a week, whereas the Onyx bracelet is going to hold it for about up to a month. So it's great. I love, and there's out. If I see anybody in person around town, I will show you a demo with this. That's gonna wow you. It's amazing what this can do, just physically feeling the difference for yourself.
I wanted to share a story. This was told to us by the founder, but you know, in China, Cybin is this treasured healing mineral, and but it's known to help with strength and balance and flexibility. And so what they say is the whole Chinese Olympic team has all of, they're always either wearing something made with Cybin, or it's actually somehow in, like, even the swimmers, they said, is like somehow lined inside of their swimsuits. And so then you're like, oh, maybe that's how they have their advantage. So it's pretty fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. We need to do a whole evening on the Cybin because I had no idea. And nobody really knows. You can look it up on the internet. You're not going to find much information about it because it's been so rare and really just kept by one family there. And Susan's asking, can you share a little about interpreting the vitals and comprehensive reports over several days? So unless you are like a certified practitioner and doctor, you may not know exactly how to interpret these results. What I like to do is see what's consistent over time. And I keep that in a spreadsheet for now until our company creates a way so that we can see what's consistent in the different ones over time. That is coming. I know it. I've been thinking about that the last 2 days, how I can't wait for that. But in the meantime, I just keep it in a spreadsheet. Then let's say if HDL-C or something in my blood work is consistently out of balance, okay, well, I'm going to do a motion code. I'll do some type of energy healing to start. I'll pray over that part. Prayer is a wonderful way of healing. And yes, that's energy. And let's just see if that shifts. If things aren't shifting, then you can start to research and take some action to support that area of your body, or see your doctor, see your naturopath, show them this information, show them how things are coming up consistent. And that's what part of the vision. I think this is about putting your health back into your hands and getting to know your body, taking responsibility for this that we're in, the skin that we're in. We get to learn, we get to start to be more assertive about what's highest and best for our health versus passive and let everyone else decide.
I was going to say, I just wanted to add a little bit with the reports. You know, we are just so, we live in this society where we have a tendency to want to just diagnose ourselves. And so when we get access to reporting like this, it becomes, and I'll give you an example. When I first got this device, I did a scan with somebody locally here, and this was before I know the stuff that I know now. And she saw it and she really started freaking out. She was like, oh my gosh, do I need to go see a neurologist? I think I'm gonna have a stroke. And I'm like, no, we have to really look at this as, yes, this is just an educational tool, but this is also on a frequency energetic level. And so it's going to be a lot more sensitive too, than your typical blood work. And so it will pick up stuff like generational stuff and different things like that. And so really what you want to be looking at is consistently over a period of time. You can never just look at one scan and be like, oh no, my ferritin is out of whack. Oh, I got to do this, or something. It's really just kind of taking a look at it over a period of time. And when you don't see things kind of shifting with the scanner, that's usually when I start looking at, do I need to supplement? Do I need to do some energy work? Do I need to change something about my lifestyle? Do I need to see a doctor or something like that? And so you just have to be really, really careful with that. I don't even look at these reports very often. I consistently do scans with myself. However, I might look at it on July 1st and then July 21st or something, and then compare or something like that, where I've done several scans and optimizations over a period of time. Sometimes you'll see stuff go worse. Like we get questions about that all the time too. Why was it green? Why was it green? It was in balance when it first scanned me, and then why did it go to red, and different things like that. And so energy is always shifting in our body. It's not static. It doesn't stay. And so ultimately, what Solex has told us is if you have a strong area in your body, it's literally going to pull resources from that area to where, another area of your body needs the love, the attention. And so you might temporarily see these kind of shifts and dips and stuff like that. But it's when it's consistently red is when I really start paying attention to it.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. And Christy's saying you're listening to your frequencies. We did the inner voice scan before. That's awesome. And no, it won't have a negative effect if you're listening to it and your family is hearing it. It's not going to affect them in a negative way. If they need it, their body will be receiving those energies. But generally, it's great, of course, to have personalized for each person in the family. So it's funny, if kids have devices and you could have them talking to the device, email it to them. Okay, y'all go listen to your frequencies with your headphones. And good night, everybody. Like now it's just this beautiful way of tucking them in. And another thing I love when I think of a whole household is you can take a picture of your house and send frequencies to cover the whole house. So maybe you do one for sleep well. You have a whole sleep list that's going to cover your whole household. I love that as well. Any other questions that y'all have before we wrap up tonight?
So Rhonda asked, how long do you run Cepheid at night for sleep, and can you run it all night? I run it all night for myself. I just do. I turn the volume down. The actual device is in the other room, but it's broadcasting to me all night long. I know of somebody that imprints the frequencies for sleep well into water right before she goes to bed and drinks that and says she has an amazing night's sleep. So you really just kind of have to play around with it and see what works for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Some people are more sensitive and they do not need it running all night. I'd say start with running sleep one frequency all night. See how your body responds. And be sure when you're running the frequencies on Cepheid, turn the volume all the way down. A Cepheid does have sounds with it, but it's annoying. It's these beepy things that can grate on your nerves. It's not therapeutic. That part of that sound is not a therapy. It is just letting you know it's running. Yeah, I'll just play one just for fun so you can hear the beautiful noise. Like this one's for adenoids. Anyway. And we don't need to hear that, let's turn it down. So always turn it down when you're using the Cepheid frequencies. So, yeah.
So So Christy is asking, does this come with a user manual? It didn't. We all had to figure it out before. However, that has changed. When the device is sent to you, I don't think that they actually mail a product manual, but in your back office there is one. However, just recently they launched Solex University, and there is a basic training workshop, which is fabulous. And so it's about 2 hours of videos that literally takes you through everything. And then there is a workbook that you can work through also. And so it's amazing. And they are going to have other levels of training coming up in the near future too.
I love it. I haven't gotten all the way through it, obviously, but I just love that I can go through, watch and rewatch a video. And then if you don't pass the quiz, no worries. Like, I like to learn, do both at the same time, but I'm just so grateful that they have this as well now. Just like you said, y'all, we've been educating everybody. I'm so grateful now that we can do videos. And beyond that, yeah, we are here to support you. Whoever is helping you and has even introduced this to you is here to help support you along that journey. So, and yeah, we do have awesome Facebook. Thank you, Susan. We do have great Facebook groups. Stacy, could you put in the Quantum Essentials into the chat, the link? Because our Quantum Essentials group, it really is the only one on there that says Quantum Essentials. And you'll see some testimonies, personal experiences people are having. And we're also continuing to just educate, because I don't know about you, but prior to 6 months ago, I was not into quantum physics as much. I didn't know much about frequencies. And some people are amazing experts. That's awesome if you are. But for most of us, this is new. So we're educating, we're equipping and empowering everybody in that group. So please join us there. And that's also where we'll keep you updated for more events like this. Sometimes we host events in person. I love to get people together that are here in the Nashville area, and we can go from there. And if you are local and you're like, look, I got 3 people who need some help, what you doing this weekend? Call me, message me. I'm here to support you. So yeah, without any other questions, I think we'll wrap up here. Thank you all for being here again, and reach out to whoever you first connected with about this, and we will walk you through every step so that you feel empowered and equipped to not only understand this, but to have that firsthand experience and then see how it could help your life on a daily basis, and your grandmothers and your daughters and anyway, I just love
and your dogs. It'll help your pets too.
your pets. I know. We gotta stop. It's a lot. I know, but we're so glad you're here, and we will see you later. Hopefully, I look forward to connecting with you all again soon, and at very least in the Facebook group, we'll see you there. So yeah, thanks. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Good night.